Narada Muni continued instructing Gopakumar. As transcendental knowledge and the bliss it creates are simultaneously the same and different, so the Supreme Lord and his many incarnations are simultaneously the same and different. Sanatana Goswami explains the spiritual nature of the Lord's incarnations is described in the Varaha Purana. The Lord's form is not material. It is not made of flesh, fat, and bones. Because he is neither a yogi nor a demigod, the infallible Supreme Lord has an eternal spiritual form. The Mahavaraha Purana explains, the transcendental forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are eternal and imperishable. They were not created at a certain point, and they will never be destroyed. They are not products of the material energy. Narada continued, as in a dream one may go to different places, so Lord Krishna, his associates, and his abode are seen as many, although they are also one. The variety and the oneness are both true. When one form of Lord Krishna is pleased, then all his forms become pleased. Sanatana Goswami explains that by worshipping one form of Lord Krishna, all his forms are also worshipped. Sri Krishna is the only Lord of Vaikuntha. To please his devotees, he manifests different forms in different places. Brahma saw this when he stole Lord Krishna's boys and calves in Vrindavan, and I saw it when I wandered through the palaces of Dwarka. The Supreme Lord's potency is wonderful and inconceivable. Still, it is not a secret to his pure devotees. The one Supreme Lord ate simultaneously the many meals his thousands of queens offered simultaneously. Each queen saw her husband and thought, he has taken his meal from me first. Sometimes, because of the entrance of the Lord's potencies in a certain individual spirit soul, empowered incarnations appear. The wise think these incarnations to be like the Lord himself. As Lord Krishna expands in many incarnations, so does Goddess Mahalakshmi, his eternal beloved, whose form is also filled with eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Sanatana Goswami explains that this is described in the Vishnu Purana. O best of the Brahmins, Lord Vishnu's transcendental potency, Srimati Lakshmi Devi, is his constant, faithful companion. She is eternal, and she is the mother of the entire material universe. She is all-pervading, just as Lord Vishnu is. Lakshmi Devi appears in different forms corresponding to the forms of Lord Vishnu. When the Lord appears as a demigod, she assumes a demigod-like form. And when he appears in a human-like form, she also assumes a human-like form. Narada continued, devoted to him, she always stays on the Lord's chest. As Lord Krishna manifests his different incarnations, she manifests her incarnations as his devoted consorts. She is like a great mystic perfection among the other goddesses of fortune. She is the queen of all opulences. As the giver of material opulences, she is neglected by the devotees, the liberated, and they who aspire for liberation. Sanatana Goswami explains that because sense pleasures that come from material opulences obstruct the path of liberation and spiritual advancement, transcendentalists neglect this feature of the goddess of fortune. It is said that she, being very fickle, arranges that the newest devotees become most dear to the Lord. Dharani Devi and others are also dear to the Lord. The Lord's potency is also dear to him. Sometimes she is called Mahavibhuti, sometimes Yoga, and sometimes Yogamaya. Sanatana Goswami explains that some of the names of the goddess Yogamaya are given in the Maha Samhita. The goddess that fulfills the Lord's desires is known as Shri, Bhu, Durga, Jivamaya, Atmamaya, Gunamaya, and Jagatmika. The Skanda Purana explains, O limitless Lord, the potency that fulfills your desire is called Mahamaya, Avidya, Niyati, Mohini, Prakriti, and Vasana. Narada continued, she arranges for the Lord's pastimes, which are filled with eternity, knowledge, and bliss. She is eternal, transcendental, beginningless, endless, and indescribable. She is the mother of the wonder that is the bliss of service to the Lord. By her, the Lord is revealed in many ways. By Goddess Lakshmi, the wonderful variety of the Lord's devotees, the many kinds of devotional service, the Lord's spiritual realms, and the Lord's pastimes are eternally manifest. She and her actions can be understood only by pure devotees. She cannot be understood by those whose minds are filled with mistakes of dry speculation. The Lord's potencies are called superior and inferior. She is his superior potency. She is his internal potency, and she is famous by the name Prakriti. Her expansions are manifested in many ways, according to their different duties. The illusory potency, Maya, which consists of the modes of nature, is her shadow. Maya is the mother of the illusory world of 5 material elements. She is filled with the darkness of illusions. She is indescribable, temporary, and transcendental. She is the cause of the individual soul's stay in the world of birth and death. She is the controller of the 8th covering of the universe. She has a form, and because she does not change form to do her duties, she is called Prakriti. Sanatana Goswami explains that the words Vikriti, transformation, and Prakriti, nature, or the original state that is not transformed, are opposites. Because she does not change her form, Maya is called Prakriti. By transcending her illusions, one attains liberation and devotional service. She has created this material universe, which is like a mirage. By her potency are seen the long-lasting and real magical creations Kardama Muni and others showed by austerity, yoga, and other practices. However, whatever is created by the potency of Lord Krishna, who gives the results of all pious deeds, and whose lotus feet are worshipped by the greatest of yogis, is both eternal and real. In this way, the incarnations are not different from Sri Krishna, who is the supreme personality of Godhead and the origin of the incarnations, They are real and eternal, as is He. Krishna, whose form contains all incarnations, is glorious with unlimited opulences, which are greater than all others and are described by the word bhaga. Even if he is considered an incarnation, his many sweet and charming glories, which can be understood only by those whose hearts melt with love and devotion for him, make Lord Krishna better than Narayan. Sanatana Goswami explains that someone may protest, Lord Narayan is the source of all incarnations. How can Krishna be more glorious than he? This verse answers that protest.